95.5 WFMS. It's Monday morning with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Coming off Mother's Day. Everybody have a good Mother's Day?
Did, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And you?
Yeah, you get together with family.
Yeah.
So, well, it was just me and Mom, but
Okay. Well, that's good.
And you went to lunch?
no, she wasn't feeling up to it. So
Oh,
we just
bummer.
visited there and fixed her
that's good.
TV. Brought her a half-gallon of milk. She wanted a half-gallon of milk. So
You fixed her TV?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know you did that.
we had a little bit here on the side.
Are you for hire?
Yeah, I got lucky.
Oh, okay.
Plugged it in.
That's a no.
Yeah, you picked up that channel now? Oh, you didn't have that before. But anyway, it's nice out, 52 and rainy. How
Yeah.
about that? Huh? That's your Monday for you. But it's great to have you by. Thanks for joining us. It's Jim, Deb, and Kevin on WFAMS. 6:10 on a Monday morning with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Mention Monday. Have a little good news to get us in the spirits.
All right, how about this? A 13-year-old kid in Michigan used his slingshot to stop a would-be kidnapper and save his 8-year-old sister at the same time.
Wow.
The suspect, 17-year-old, is now in custody. The bad teen was hit once in the head and once in the chest, and he ran away.
Wow.
But he
By a
was now
slingshot.
by a slingshot, now
Wow.
in custody, though.
Amazing.
And how about this? A couple of graduation stories for you. 72-year-old guy graduated from college in Georgia. 72, graduated from college, and his 99-year-old mom was in the audience.
Oh,
Don't
really?
you love that?
Oh, my gosh.
And a new mom in Michigan walked across the stage to get her diploma last week while in labor.
What?
She should get like her an extra,
right. Dean's List. Something.
dean's list
That's
or something.
dedication
Yeah.
right there.
Excuse me, can we speed it up? My water just broke.
Let's move it along,
Can I
folks.
move to the front of the line, please?
No kidding.
95.5 WFMS. Jim, Deb, and Kevin on this special day.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. You
Oh,
tell.
are you into it?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
National Slider Day,
National Slider
which means
Day.
free White Castles.
Free White Castle.
Yeah, you just need to have a digital coupon you can print off or like show it on your phone and
wow.
get yourself a free White Castle. No purchase necessary.
That's our lunch today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember the time, I think it was the last time Deb and I were out and Kevin headed back to the east side. We were heading back to the north side. We had to stop after 8 seconds, probably
Yeah.
what, 11 o'clock at night?
Yep.
I said,
Yeah.
Deb, let's stop and get some sliders. Now, we didn't just stop and get some sliders. We got a case.
Well, you don't just get one. I mean, one is like an appetizer's appetizer.
It really
I mean,
is.
it's not even. It didn't count as
2
one.
bites.
The one
Yeah.
we wanted to go to is closed. So we hunted down the next available on GPS and
Yep.
kind of made a little pit stop to pull in there. The line was forever long,
Oh, yeah.
and we did not leave. We were dedicated.
Yep.
We were
Good.
committed to getting those.
We get
And then,
those-
of course, I talked you into, because my other favorite thing there is the onion chips.
Yeah.
And you go, no, I don't need any of those. And then you get up to the window, we'll have 2 onion chips.
Onion chips, yeah. Big Coke, too. Throw that in there. That's
So go to White Castle's website and download that free coupon and get yourself a slider today.
95.5 WFMS. It's a Monday morning. It's Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Each and every Monday, we try to help you out in planning your meals for the week. And we're tying in a little vegetable here, Brussels sprouts, and Deb's one-pot meal.
Yeah, it's one pot meal in a sheet pan, so it's super easy. And it's the one pan chicken with veggies. Those veggies are potatoes and Brussels sprouts.
Oh.
Brussels sprouts recently voted the most up-and-coming vegetable
Yeah.
because they bred out the
Scientific.
bitterness.
Yep, bitterness out of there.
Because the bitterness has been removed from the Brussels sprouts. Well, you won't have bitterness with this because it's got some garlic and lots of seasonings. And actually, if you've never tried Brussels sprouts, I think this would be a good way to introduce yourself to it. So it starts out with some chicken thighs or drumsticks. You can pick whatever you want. And then they season it with oregano and some paprika, salt and pepper. And then you throw in your baby potatoes, your 8 ounces of Brussels sprouts. You can have them or quarter them. And then you drizzle the olive oil over it, some minced garlic, some lemon juice, and you pop it in the oven. It's all on a sheet pan.
Huh.
And it
That's
looks
perfect.
so good. I love that at the very end, you stick it under the broiler and the top of the chicken gets just a little bit
crust
crispy
on
and
there,
brown.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I think
And then you pick out the Brussels sprouts and don't eat them.
No, that's not
Shove them
true.
to the side.
That's not
Side, yeah.
And
true.
just eat everything else.
I think that they actually look very, very good here. So I think that maybe the paprika and the oregano is going to make a difference for you. Give it a little seasoning.
Or just pour a
Little
lot
flavor.
of ketchup on top of it.
No,
It might make it taste
Kevin.
better. Not a Brussels sprouts fan, sorry.
Well, you won't even try it?
Well, Deb, look at me. I try
we
anything.
try
it, yeah.
I'll eat anything,
So
but I
this-
don't necessarily think I like it.
This recipe was given 4.5 stars out of 5
Wow, that's
by
pretty good.
134 people. We'll have it on our Facebook page at WFMS in just a short amount of time, so you'll be able to get it there and make it for dinner tonight.
Ooh, sounds
All
good. 95.5 WFMS. Your Monday's about ready to get a whole bunch better with Kevin's bad joke worth repeating.
Sponsored by Hearing Solutions of Indiana. You've never heard like this before. This is, we mentioned earlier, National Slider Day. So in honor of that, I thought I'd find a A hamburger joke.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Why did the hamburger go to the gym?
Why did the hamburger go to the gym? I don't know.
To get better buns.
Seriously? Oh, no.
Oh, see, you laugh.
No, I'm laughing. No, it's like a courtesy laugh. I feel bad.
No, you laugh.
No.
Get better buns. 95.5 WFMS, and good morning. It's Jim, Deb, and Kevin. We thank you so much for joining us on this Monday morning. Had a chance to talk with Riley Green. Of course, he was teaming up with Luke Combs for a new song we're going to be featuring here in just a little bit. But we say, of course, Riley, we talked about when he used to do home repair.
At one point, I hope I forget all that.
Let somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Well, seriously, though, when you're out touring and when you finally get home, the last thing you want to do is do that kind of stuff. You want to spend time with the family and friends.
Yeah, it's a little different now. I can remember absolutely hating that kind of work when I had to do it. Of course, now I like think about all these little projects. When I get home, I can build this little cabinet or whatever it is. So I still enjoy it, but it's different when you're doing it for yourself versus doing it for somebody else.
Well, being a musician, everyone has a backup plan. What would you have done? What was your other talent? Should this not have worked out for you one day?
It was either quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys or, and I didn't think that was going to work out. Or, I wanted to be a delivery driver for UPS for a long time.
Look good in brown, huh?
Yeah, I like the brown pants, and everybody was always really excited to see the UPS guy.
That's a good point.
You should write a song about that. That'd be a good
Well,
song.
think about it. You could listen to a lot of music. You're driving by yourself. You don't have to talk to other people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't think of another job where everybody's always happy to see you.
That's right. Unless you screwed their package up and you're late.
No, that's Amazon.
You're so funny. Different round here, the song that you have worked on with Luke Combs. Tell us about that.
Man, it's just a song that, I put out on my debut album, and it meant a lot to people. And I just texted Luke and said, man, you want to be on this song? Thinking about going to country radio with it, making it my next single. And he said, yeah. So it's perfect time and being on tour with him, and obviously excited about that song getting a new life and fans hearing it for the first time.
That's awesome. And, of course, working with Luke and being on tour with him.
He's an okay talent.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I think he's going to do well.
95.5 WFMS, Monday morning. We thank you so much for joining us. It's Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
It was in the news the other day. A 48-year-old woman was out for a short drive in Australia and got lost, made the wrong turn, and got stuck in the mud. Now, she wasn't able to hike out due to health reasons, so she stayed in her car. She only had a few snacks and sweets to eat and no water.
Uh-oh.
She did have a bottle of wine, though. She does not drink wine. It was a gift for her mother she had purchased and was going to give it to her mom. She survived 5 days, though, eating those snacks, which were like lollipops, and that bottle of wine. She survived. Is that amazing?
Well, there's some sugar in wine.
Yeah.
True.
So it made us think, what is in your car right now?
Right now.
That if you were stranded somewhere, you couldn't get out for a while, you could eat and stay alive. Deborah, what is in your car?
I have a couple packets of those club crackers that you get,
Really?
like in your Wendy's with your chili or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And they're probably crushed, but hey, I'd eat the crumbs.
Sure.
I have a bag of wintergreen lifesavers because those are my favorite.
Yeah.
The ones that come in little cellophane wrappers.
So you'll
and
have fresh breath.
Yeah,
That's
and
good.
I have, I think, like 3 bottles of half-drink water that Hayden will always leave in my car. It drives
well, that's
me-
good then.
And I
Yeah.
usually get on him about it, but in that case, it would be life-saving.
It would be. Jim?
I've got some gum and 2 little small airline bottles of wine. So,
Big shock
Are we shocked that he has
that he
bottles
has
of-
wine.
right, just
Yeah.
in case of a situation like this, I was ever out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
That's what that's
Just
for.
that.
Right.
Now, I would
okay.
be in deep trouble because a friend of mine borrowed my truck the other day and returned it and had vacuumed it out completely. I'm
even-
sure there was probably some French fries prior to that, but it's like nothing. I mean, not even a speck of dirt is in the
Wow.
truck. So I would be starving.
Wow.
Well, we put this on Facebook. A lot of folks have chimed in. Patty says, I dropped a Skittle between the seat and the console yesterday. I guess I got to hunt for that and find it.
It's not going to get you very far, Patty.
Kathy says, ketchup packet and a case of water. Carol says, half a case of bottled water.
Ooh, that's good.
Julie, Gatorade. Jody, Chex Mix bars. Chris says, I'd starve. I got no food. Sorry.
Nothing there.
Yeah. Ryan, 6 mints from Chick-fil-A. So he's along with Deb. He'll have good smelling breath, but that might be it. And then a bunch of folks had bottled water as well.
Makes you wonder, though. You hear about people stockpiling for their home.
Yeah.
Should you drive around with a case of water?
See,
in
the
back?
problem with that,
You
if
never
I say,
know.
you
Yeah.
know what? I'm going to protect myself and think for the case of an emergency. I'll buy a box of Pop-Tarts, and I'll keep them there in case of an emergency. They'd be gone by Thursday.
Yeah.
And there'd be no emergency.
And then the emergency would be Friday. You know,
Right.
when I was a teenager, my dad got me. I thought it was weird, but I see it now where people need it. He got me one of those things that breaks your glass, and I keep it in my glove box in case you ever end up in a pond.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, but what are the odds? However, I see it all the time. People end up underwater, and so. But I think I'll add a case of water.
Robin says ketchup packets and maybe some water, so she could make soup.
Soup.
I guess is what she could have.
Tomato soup.
Good morning, 809 at WFMS with Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
Been talking about that woman who survived 5 days in the wilderness when she made the wrong turn and car got stuck. She couldn't leave. The only thing she was able to eat were lollipops and a bottle of wine, drank a bottle of wine, and she stayed alive. She's fine now. They found her, and we're asking, what do you have in your car right now that would keep you alive? Nicole says, I'm a sports mom, so my car is always stocked. I have a full bag of snacks, water bottles, and medicine for boo-boos.
You know what? I do remember those days.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sports mom does that. Donna says lots of gum, but that's it.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't get you very far, I don't
Fresh
think.
breath.
Let's see. Diana says Sprite and root beer barrels. Is that the candy root beer barrels?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah? Wow.
And then Yvette has lots of water. But, these are comments on our Facebook pages. What would you have in your car right now that keep you alive?
What do you think, Debbie?
Hi, I was calling about the what's in your car thing.
Yeah.
Hey, I heard that you're not supposed to keep bottled water in your car because the heat makes the inside of the bottle release some kind of something into the water that's not healthy.
Oh, gosh, that's interesting.
All right.
It's too hot.
So,
But I'm good for today. I got fettuccine Alfredo for lunch and chocolate chip cookies.
oh, wow.
Now, in a case of emergency, which would you eat first, the fettuccine or the chocolate chip cookies?
The fettuccine.
Okay.
Yeah, do it in the proper order.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
She's all set then for the day, huh?
Yeah.
Fettuccine, but I guess that water thing would be it is because those plastic bottles, if they get real hot.
Probably not safe for it to be cooked.
Yeah, you're right.
In the plastic.
Right. So
I think, though, if you're dying of thirst, you
you may
drink
give it a try.
I think.
I'm going to give it a try there. So.
Yeah.
They can check us out on Facebook. Let us know what's on your mind.
Yeah,
as far as that goes.
we have got some smart listeners, and then we got some that aren't going to survive very long.
Yeah, talking about the lady who survived in the wilderness for 5 days with just a bottle of wine and some lollipops.
Lollipops, yeah.
So we posed the question to you: what's in your car right now,
Right.
that you could survive on? And what do you think here? This is Lori. Lori, what do you got?
I got 3 packs of tuna, like the pouch.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got goldfish, and I have a sweet tea and a water.
So you've got lunch.
Yeah.
I think you're going to survive.
The tuna would keep me alive for a little bit.